All right. Hi. Kids these days, you've probably heard this once or twice before, whether from your parents or your grandparents, talking about the fashion trends currently, or a kid running across the street without looking both ways. Kids these days aren't doing what they used to do. And the biggest problem that I want to address today is what politicians call disconnected youth. Today, I want to look at what disconnected youth is, why each one of us should care, and active ways that we can change it. Starting off, disconnected youth is an underrated problem in plain sight. Disconnected youth are kids between 16 and 24 years old that are not employed or in college. This is 14.7% of the total of youth in this age group. These young adults cannot find work despite the recovering economy. The classic thing that you hear is, most employers need work experience before they hire you. Well, if they didn't get hired, then they're not able to create that work experience to be hired. It just ends up being a cycle that becomes really nasty and doesn't come to fruition. Young adults do not enroll in colleges despite the increasing level of high school graduates. Sometimes students will graduate a year and say, I want to take a year off. I want to rediscover myself, or I want to learn into music. Something along those lines that keep the student from either going into college or even finishing high school. This could be because maybe the public school was not as promising as we thought it was going to be, or maybe the school just let them down in some way. The problem increases with time. The more time passes, the more these disconnected youths face these problems compounded, both with financial needs, whether it be daycare. The rising cost of daycare is still a major problem for everyone, and it's even more on these disconnected youths. They are finding that bills are not going away on their own and just keep getting compounded, just like with interest. These disconnected youth are most likely to start criminal records early, most likely to join gangs or other related facilities and create big problems for society. Why we care in this it's because it affects all of us. Disconnected youth affects the United States and our citizens. The first problem is that disconnected youth is linked to an increase of poverty. Disconnected youth are also linked to the increase in taxpayer costs. The Washington Post has discovered that for every youth, taxpayer costs go up $14,000 a month. The increase of disconnected youth are joining the ranks of crime also affects everyone. This could be because gang memberships increase and the violence from gang memberships increase as well. The Washington Post had also said that 16% of all young men who lack high school GED or a high school degree are in jail, and 30% of those 16 are African American. African Americans find the biggest struggle. Just seems to be one of the racial sects. The last major problem that disconnected youth contribute to are the social costs. This is the hidden penalty. Disconnected youth have increased the struggle for the United States to be a world-class country. So, how can we help? The average person can participate in lowering the volume of disconnected youth by promoting attainable goals, by saying, hey, you can get your high school diploma. You only need 2 more years. Or, hey, your child's needs are going to be met. The active parts in educating the benefits of taking an active part in educating the benefits of an education. So by saying, hey, by having an education, you will find that your life problems that you have currently are going to subside. You're going to be able to pay those bills. You're going to be able to raise your family. You're going to be able to get the home you want. The career you want is out there and it's worth reaching. These are attainable goals for our disconnected youth to listen to and adhere to. The last thing is we need to combat truancy. Our government believes that it's mandated that kids need to go to school, but it's not necessarily enforced. Even if the public school is letting them down, some of them aren't even attending that public school. By making it an active law, punishable by extra fines, it is possible to get some of these disconnected youth in the classroom and finishing their school and learning what high school will do for them as well, or college can do for them as well. We need more involvement from us in our youth. Big brother, big sister programs are also great. The community outreach programs can also be really good in helping our students find that they can reach their goals. Even though this is a less well-known problem, the youth finding it harder to engage in society at the culmination of adulthood is increasing, and it's becoming more apparent. Today we've opened the topic and understood what it means to be disconnected youth, as well as some reasons as why we should be concerned. Lastly, we have opened only a handful of the topics that can be put in place to combat the problem. We have looked at the struggling or lazy youth and the problem intensifying with time. We're looking at the increase of taxpayer costs and the increase of crime and gang-related violence. The involvement is contributing to local services with your time and your effort. That's all it takes. A little time a day, maybe even not even a day, maybe 20 minutes a week can help combat this problem. With your help, maybe we can turn this problem around before it gets a real good firm hold here in the United States. Reach out today. Reach out to your education centers, see what you can do, and start being an active part in the society.